Okay, so Sam, who in your words is considered Muslim or like Arabic?
Um, Somebody from the Middle East, I guess stereotypically would be.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Who mainly discriminates against Muslim people and Arabic people the most?
People in the surrounding area. I think I'm not very big on world news, but I think Israel. Um, there's been a lot of tension there.
Okay, what have caused like these discriminators to discriminate against Arabic people?
I think it's mostly religion in this case, where the religions don't really work with each other and the lifestyles don't work with each other. So, and neither of them are willing to back down or think of another possibility for a religion or lifestyle. So they decide that the best way to resolve it is to fight. And
Do you think 9/11 could have been one of the main factors?
It's definitely not helped anything. It probably did add to some of that.
Okay, so what can you do to like stop this discrimination of Arabic people?
There's not really much you can do. You'd have to change the way that people were being brought up, or
Like education?
yeah,
Educate people to stop
education would be good, because ignorance is a really, really big cause of discrimination. Because if you educate people as to like other ideas and trainings of thought, then they were probably less likely to just completely discard them and think of them as not worth any time.
Where do you think this occurs? Like, mainly, I mean, it occurs around the world, but like, where is it the most dense and concentrated? Do you think?
Probably in the countries around where the most Arabic people are.
So like Israel.
Israel, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Where do you think it started? It's kind of a hard one. Where do you think it started?
It probably started where two people of different religions first met, because they would both be trying to convince each other that they were wrong, and leading to the first conflict, which would lead to larger conflicts, and then just escalate from there.
Like, since Arabic discrimination's been here for a long time, and same with Jewish, any other religion's been discriminated, race has been for a while, when do you think it started to increase rapidly, or just like jolt up a year? Like, 1 year is just 100 people's been discriminated, and then the next year 2,000 people's been discriminated.
Whenever population started to rise, I think it's probably about the same like percentage overall in the world. It might decrease in one place, but by a little bit, but it's going to be almost the same no matter where you are. So just where there are more people, there's going to be more discrimination.
Okay, so why do we as like Americans or anybody on the western half of the world discriminate against these Arabic people?
Because we think of stereotypes. We think of a lot of people think of like every Arabic person is Al Qaeda and other things like that, which is very, very wrong.
Could it be that the media is partially responsible?
Probably a lot, because they know that some of these people think this way, and so they take advantage of that, and they feed them more of this false information.
Okay, so another thing is same thing on like the last thing about the media. Why do we also see them as dirty gun-toting terrorists? Is it just because the media's always been where there's been battles, or could it just be that the media's manipulating us?
It's probably some of all of that. It's kind of hypocritical, because I mean, we have more guns in our country than almost any other country, if not more than any other country. So if, like, whenever we think about other countries, we think about them having like waving guns around. We have more than them.
Yeah.
And as the people perceiving them as dirty, that's just the same thing, like ignorance. They probably have heard about like different cultures, and even if it's not even something that would be considered dirty, they just think of it as weird and wrong, and makes them think of them as less.
Okay, and this is the last question, but why is this discrimination of the Arabic and Muslim people a major problem today?
Because it causes a lot of conflict. Any discrimination will cause conflict, and one is major as this. It's obviously it's been causing wars. It's starting some major conflicts that is ending in bloodshed because people can't accept other kinds of lifestyles.
Okay, well, thank you, Sam.